Hi there, why don't you tell us your name and what you do with ANSMA?
My name is Julien Matwawana. I'm the Executive Director of the African Nova Scotian Music Association.
So can you tell us briefly what ANSMA stands for and how it began in Nova Scotia?
That's probably a question that someone else should answer in full, but ANSMA does stand for the African Nova Scotian Music Association and spawned from not correctly being represented on other music festivals or music award shows that happen in the Atlantic region.
And if you could sum up what ANSMA does for the community in one sentence, what would it be?
I would say that ANSMA is the bridge between the music community and the music industry.
What was the biggest misconception about ANSMA that you want to clear up right now?
I'd say the biggest misconception about ANSMA over the years, but especially right now, is that we only do concerts. We do a number of projects throughout the year. Our core programming, we have 2 outreach programs, we have 2 development programs, put on a number of workshops throughout the year, and many more things.
Why should every African Nova Scotian artist know about ANSMA?
I would say because we serve a unique community as it stands in the province and also in the country of Canada, the longest standing Black community in the country of Canada, and a lot of our stories have been passed down either orally or through music. And oftentimes when we are oppressed, music is the way that we come together and persevere and tell our story. We have a lot of musical talent, whether it's playing or vocally, and ANSMA is the way that you can develop and cultivate that skill.
If a young artist is listening right now and wondering, how can ANSMA help me get started? What would you tell them?
Come to the office on Mondays or Wednesdays, but soon, any day during the week. We're here, we're very accessible, we're resourceful. Even if we don't have something exactly what you're looking for, we can direct you to somewhere or someone who can give you more information or help you where you are at your stage of development. And we just want to help the youth carve out a career in the music industry and help people cultivate whatever skills or whatever they want to focus on in the music industry.
What's one opportunity ANSMA offers that artists sleep on but absolutely shouldn't?
I would say it's definitely a mentorship program. It's hard to say one, honestly. There's a lot. I would say our development programs in general, they're super informative, they're super foundational. If you're looking to have a career in music, the Music Mastery Mentorship Program, we match you with a mentor. The It's Deeper Than Music program teaches you about music business and how to make money from your brand or as an industry professional. Very slept on, albeit they're newer programs, but they've been around for a couple years, so I'd love to tell you more about them.
So there's a Rural Advisory Committee. What role does that play and why is it important for communities outside Halifax?
You asked me about a misconception about ANSMA, and I think that people don't realize that ANSMA is a provincial organization. Over the years, we've operated predominantly in of course, the city and the Prestons, but we are looking to expand our programs out to more remote areas, more rural areas, more less central areas in the province of Nova Scotia, and the Rural Advisory Committee is there to help us to do that. We want people who are interested in music, who understand what's going on in their community, to help ANSMA make informed decisions about programming to bring there, programming to create for the people that are there. We don't want to just create one-size-fits-all programming, even though we do have core programming that is going to be running. If we can bring one of those programs there, which we intend to, that is also a bonus, but we also want to keep in mind that certain regions in the province have certain barriers and different things, different voids that they want to fill. So we want to be a part of filling that void and working with the people on the ground to do so.
So for the ANSMA Town Hall, how does that bring people together and what can participants expect?
The Town Hall is, in my opinion, a super important program as it pertains to just programs in the city in general, or in the province in general. It's a monthly creative gathering that doubles as an open mic and provides a low pressure performance opportunity. A lot of what ANSMA does is very high pressure, I would say. Hundreds, sometimes thousands of fans or audience members coming to be entertained. right? And for a long time, we went from our annual school tour to our productions and our concerts, right? So it's quite a big jump from high school, junior high to performing in front of a number of fans. So we wanted to incorporate a program that met you where you are, allowed you to come in with your friends from all communities and just develop alongside other people who are looking to get into music, learn about music, be around music, or just support the people who are making music in the province. It takes the shape of whatever the two hosts that month want it to take. It could be a workshop on production and engineering. It could be a workshop on how to create music with a message. It could be a workshop on mental health as it pertains to pursuing a career in music, substance abuse, whatever the hosts want to focus on. That is what the session will predominantly be about. We also leave room at the end for people who are there, participants, to come in and show the music that they have been working on, not released yet. We give you an opportunity, like I said, to even spit something on the mic, sing something on the mic. You can do a public service announcement, spoken word. We also do like a family dinner halfway through the session where there's food served, and that presents another networking opportunity. But the program is really there to be an outreach program, a networking opportunity, something to create organic mentorship. That's the gist of Town Hall, and it is important because it's all ages as well. There's really no all ages performance opportunities in the city right now, so it being monthly just provides a place for people to come in.
And how do you make these programs appealing and accessible to younger artists while also engaging older generations?
I think it's always a challenge, and something that we're working on all the time is finding different ways to engage with the demographic that we serve. African Nova Scotians and Blacks are a small percentage of the population in Nova Scotia, and then there's an even smaller percentage in the province who want to pursue music. So we really try and be intentional about where we promote our programs, who we speak to, who we partner with as it pertains to our initiatives. Youth is my focus as executive director. Youth and career development. Any type of space that interacts with youth or talks about entrepreneurship or business is where we typically want to be, to let people know about ANSMA.
Can you share a success story of someone who benefited from one of ANSMA's programs?
There's a number of them. We have a lot of performing artists who have come through ANSMA. If you didn't get your start in the church, then you got your start on stage through ANSMA over the last 30 years or so. People like Gary Beals, people like Jordan Crocher, JRDN is how he spells it out. Rini Zamani, people like Mark Perry, Cindy Kane, I mean, some of our legends, someone like Ebo Dawson, like Micah Smith. Anybody you can name who's really in the music industry here in Nova Scotia and is from the African Nova Scotian community, or someone of African descent who's come here. They have in some shape or form gone through ANSMA programming or been involved with the ANSMA production.
What role does mentorship, peer support, or community networking play in your programming?
I think it's extremely important for you to network amongst your peers. In the industry, the music industry is heavily based on relationships. The industry is heavily based on mitigating landmines that people who have come before you have possibly stepped on. Sometimes you have to learn from other people's mistakes, not just your own. So mentorship is super important. Talking to someone who's lived it, who's done it, who's currently doing it is the best policy in my opinion, which is why we've developed our Music Mastery Mentorship Program. It's why we do our Town Hall program where we have seasoned artists or industry professionals hosting every month.